NC State in the home white uniforms with red shorts, and Wake Forest in the old gold tops and black shorts. Long ball hit, trying to play direct to Luke Hilly, as we highlighted him in the open. 7 goals he has scored in every ACC match so far. An NC State team that has really been up and down this season. At home, almost always up. However, they have not yet won away from home. They had their perfect home win streak snapped on Sunday against Notre Dame. Brad, you were on the call for that match. Took a 1-0 lead into halftime, but fell to a top 15 Notre Dame team 3-1.
Yeah, Notre Dame team, really good team, but NC State, they played well the first half. You know, Luke Hilly scored off the set piece, went into halftime really confident, but Notre Dame's quality and just, you know, scored 3 goals in that second half. You know, really showed their quality in that game.
Jose Kajima drops it off to the freshman, Liam O'Gara. Wake Forest wants to have the ball, and they have it here early on. Colin Thomas. Wake Forest team 6th in the country, unbeaten in their last 6, and the only draw came against the defending champs, Syracuse. Jelani Forbes whips in across. It's a good ball, and just wide. Rolled Mitchell calling his name in the first minute and a half of this match.
Yeah, good play from Wake Forest down his left-hand side. Good ball in. And I think Lawson Abbas there just on the far post, leaving his man. Good opportunity for Wake Forest and Mitchell.
Colin Thomas put it at his feet. Mitchell shot just wide, did not test Ben Vost, who is back in goal for NC State, and that's a good sign. Again, a team that was, I think, at some points this season, they've had more starters out injured than they have on the pitch. This is a team that really is able to add 3 here tonight. And we'll see if that can make all the difference as Kendall Edwards, one of the returners, plays it in midfield.
Yeah, especially that last game against Notre Dame. I think they had a whole starting back 4 out injured. Yeah, it's good to see Kendall Edwards back in the team. Toya and Ben Vost too.
Edwards, the most experienced of the NC State players, making his 43rd career start tonight. Pairing with Dylan Michener at center back, as freshman Amal Fairgod is still out injured. Some room in the middle of the park for Jose Kajima, wearing one of the captain's armbands for Wake Forest, alongside Garrison Tubbs, who we highlighted in the starting lineups.
Yeah, you can already see the intensity the game is going to be played at. Wake Forest pressing straight away. And yeah, the game's just, the pace of the play is just so quick already.
Vazumzi Plamana in on a tackle on Mitchell. Mitchell staying strong with it. And play continues. Gabby Velez in on a challenge. Wake Forest will keep possession. This is Prince Mpansa. Christian Escribano finding Mitchell in the box. The left back curls his shot over the bar.
Again, another good look for Wake Forest. Not testing the keeper though, but you know, if you're NC State, you just got to weather the storm a little bit this early few minutes and, you know, let the game settle down a little bit and really grow into the game.
Christian Escribano. 7th consecutive start for the Deeks. Looking for his first goal of the season. Nearly had it there. Jonathan Cisneros heads this one out of play. So this is what the Demon Deacons would like to do, and they've been able to really set up camp in NC State territory here in the game's first 5 minutes. And this is, though we talk about the experience and certainly the talent along the back line for the Deeks, but this is as big a reason as any that they've gotten 2 shutouts in their last 2 ACC matches. It's hard to give up goals when you're controlling possession like this.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Tubbs, captain armband, leading that back 4, but I think for Wake Forest, it's just the way they play. You know, you can see that earlier on they're just going to be pressing NC State, you know, creating opportunities for themselves, but Wake Forest, they pretty much like to defend from the front, you know, so the more pressing, you know, if you win the ball back higher up the field, the less defending Tubbs and his back four have to do.
First whistle from our referee tonight, Dimitar Shavdarov. Assistant referees, Dallas Rozier and Aaron Gallagher. And Daniel Kapler. You hear the Vuvuzelas tonight. It is fall break on campus, so not as many students attending this match as normal. It's still an excellent crowd. It's a Big Four rivalry, and the NC State faithful have shown up, as have, of course, a short drive for the Wake Forest fans who were tailgating in the parking deck right across the street before this one.
Yeah, I think that's what makes this game so special. Wake Forest, NC State. It's not that long of a drive, just a short drive. So yeah, you get really two sets of supporters here, and it creates a really good atmosphere.
Plamana taking out Cooper Flax, and he is whistled.
Don't mind that from Plamana. He's just really setting the tone for NC State. You know, you want NC State to be aggressive, really, you know, press Wake Forest, put them under pressure. Sometimes you might give a foul away like that, but at least you're setting the tone for your team.
Tackle is made defensively by Escribano. And the quick counter not there for Wake Forest. It's an NC State team that Wake Forest head coach Bobby Muse said is going to be well organized. You know that when you go up against Coach Kiefer's team, well organized and tough to break down.
And there will be times tonight where NC State will just have to sit back, weather the storm a little bit, and stay organised, like you said, and then pick and choose when they want to press. You can see here now they're just letting Wake Forest keep the ball once they're back line, just finding that right opportunity when to press. You've seen Toya go and press with high intensity, and you can probably see it here now. Yeah. Just staying organised, letting Wake Forest keep the ball. It's not really hurting them, you know, no danger, and then just giving the ball away like that. You know, good defending from NC State.
It's a Wake Forest program that has been the class of the ACC since Coach Muse took over 8.5 seasons ago, now in his 9th year. An NC State team that has played them tough in the last couple of seasons, drawn 2 out of the last 3 against the Demon Deacons.
And historically, Wake Forest is always a good team, you know, and a tie against Wake Forest is a good result. It's gonna serve you well at the end of the season. But yeah, for sure, NC State we'll look to win tonight, get a result at home, grab another ACC win.
Offside flag goes up. As Mitchell was in on goal, tried to time his run.
Yeah, been really impressed with Wake Forest so far this opening 9-10 minutes. Just always looking forward, always looking to get runners in behind, and finding Mitchell in behind. His pace, he'll get on the end of most passes, most balls in behind.
Both of these teams have a little bit of rest. They didn't have a midweek matchup.
Yeah.
How do you think that impacts, and at this juncture of the season as a player, what does that do for you?
No, you've got to make the most of your rest. You know, you don't get much rest in the college season. Normally you're playing Friday or Saturday, and then playing again on Tuesday or Wednesday, even Monday sometimes. So to get almost a full week off, that's just a great feeling for the players.
Take another look at this foul. Hey, it was Plamana in on another challenge, undercutting Kajima that time. Awkward there. You can see from that angle. So the freshman Vos has got to be vocal here. Playing in his first match since the middle of September at Virginia when he was injured just before halftime. Play short to Kajima, heavy touch. Initially touched by Hilly. Secondary ball is lacking. So the first set piece chance. And Vos is not troubled by it. And the pass just over a hit by Ampanza, and a free giveaway right in front of Coach Muse. Women's sports take over the afternoon every Sunday on ACC Network, and this week we start at noon Eastern with volleyball. Wake Forest squaring off against Syracuse. Then it's a soccer doubleheader. NC State hosting Virginia, and top-ranked North Carolina against 22nd ranked Duke. Again, that is Sunday on the ACC Network. See Coach Muse in his 9th season. Team playing well recently, although they felt like they had a chance to put away the game against Boston College earlier. Ended up being a 1-0 win. Playing in some generally tough conditions, but Coach was telling us that the slick field conditions up there maybe favored Wake Forest. Obviously, both teams have to play in the rain. Playing an afternoon game, and it wasn't necessarily a perfect performance, but good enough to get 3 points on the road. You'll take that every time.
Yeah, and going up to Boston to play against Boston College was always a tough game. You know, you mentioned the conditions, but their field playing on turf. And yeah, watching that game, it was just pouring down with rain. So you'll take the 1-0 victory. Yeah, any win in the ACC is always a good win.
Good combination here. Forbes to Escribano, still moving with it. Pops back to Forbes with his left foot. Cisneros got to the cross. It'll be the first corner kick for Wake Forest. Coach Muse with his 50th ACC win. You see 136 his time at Wake Forest, but the 50 in ACC play, that's 10 more ACC wins than any other school since 2015. Regular season dominance in the top conference in the nation.
I think Wake Forest looking to try and be creative with those set pieces. You see there another short corner. But NC State defending it well, and I think set pieces is going to be really important for both sides tonight. NC State defending them, and you saw the last game, the goal against Notre Dame came with Hilly header from a corner. So yeah, set pieces will be crucial tonight.
Certainly keep an eye on those. As we're almost 15 minutes into this match, what are your impressions so far?
Yeah, it's been a good start for both teams. It's been intense, you know, just pressing, a lot of pressure coming from both teams. NC State, you know, off the ball, organised, compact, as we expect. But I'm really impressed with Wake Forest, just moving the ball, dealing with NC State's pressure. There'll be might be a little bit disappointing with a couple of chances they've had, but you know, as the game settles down, you know, you see a little bit Wake Forest starting to gain a little bit more control. So NC State's discipline, you know, and when they do win the ball back, you know, they'll be looking to connect passes on their own.
See NC State sitting deep here. O'Gara chips it out.
But I think NC State will be okay with that. You know, Wake Forest, as long as they're not threatening them in dangerous positions, they'll be okay with just sitting back letting Wake Forest keep the ball.
Bo Cummins with a strong tackle against Enrique Santos. You use the word intensity, right? You see not venom in that tackle, but certainly intensity, to use your word. You've played in this rivalry. What's it like in a rivalry match like this when you're on the pitch?
Yeah, you love games like this. You love rivalries, derbies. You just love the intensity, you know, and setting a tone with tackles like that. You know, you're always competing. But yeah, it's just always back end to end. You know, Tommy here 1v1. But yeah, these games always end to end. Always a good atmosphere. And yeah, it's just always a good game. Always a good feeling to playing games like this.
See Callum Tommy starting on the right side for Coach Kiefer.
Good defending there by Santos. And NC State, they'll be fine with that. They'll be happy with defending like that, winning fouls, you know, getting a little breather. Great defending, you know, and I think on the flip side, Wake Forest might be, you know, getting a little bit frustrated with turnovers, fouls like that. So yeah, just going back and forth.
Santos, a veteran move there, the senior from Portugal, making his third start in a row. Started the season injured. Again, this is a Wolfpack team that has been decimated with injuries all over the pitch, but now starting in his third match in a row, and he brings that experience to them and some creativity on the left.
Yeah, Santos really talented on that left side. But he does it on the other side of the game as well. He's disciplined, always working back, always defending well. But when he gets the ball, goes forward, he's always keeping it and always looking forward. And as you mentioned, he can be that creative spark for NC State.
Oh, bad giveaway here from Vost, and he's very fortunate to get it back. I don't think that was the touch he was looking for, and Cooper Flax has got to be scratching his head. That was almost a gift.
Yeah, and you saw him just raise his hands up after the play, just admitting his mistake, and yeah, he'll be pleased to get away with that one.
Will Butte, standout midfielder for NC State, tried to play it into Hilly. His touch lets him down. Now Flax head up the other way for the Deeks. Cummins back in the starting lineup tonight for Sidney Paris, playing on the right side. They'll try the left side now with Jelani Forbes. Dangerous passer. Nearly there for Mitchell. Take another look, and did he just not see him or what?
I'm not sure.
You see the hand go up.
Yeah.
Apologies, and you're fortunate when you can put the hand up and apologize and not have it be 1-0.
And we'll be looking there that Flax just slipped on that play.
Hilly springs forward. Callum Tommy. Butte with a little space. Forbes tracking back.
But credit to NC State, you know, in these first 20 minutes they've been playing out from the back and been doing it well. But they'll just be looking to tidy up the play in this Wake Forest half when they get in positions like that. You know, can you connect a pass? Can you keep it? Can you grow the game into Wake Forest half? Because building up from the back, they've been dealing with Wake Forest's pressure. But then it's just cleaning it up when they get into, again, Wake Forest territory.
See the 67 career starts for my partner as they show your resume. You've been in quite a few of these.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them didn't go the way that we wanted to, but, you know, it's just always good to play in games like this.
Mitchell got a touch to it. And that will be whistled again by Dimitar Shabdarov.
And Hilly there just coming back to his own, on top of his own area, you know, defending. And that's what it's going to take for NC State to get the win tonight. Everyone's going to be putting in a shift, everyone's going to be defending, and, you know, it's always inspiring to see your leading top goal scorer putting in that work, coming all the way back to defend.
That just exemplifies maybe the key word for Coach Kiefer, which is grit.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to see from his team. NC State starting to see a little more of the ball here. The press from Wake Forest.
I think NC State can really enjoy the possession, especially with Will Butte and Avora Plamana in the middle. You know, building up from the back. Oh, great ball in behind. Ooh.
Tubbs got to it first, circling is Santos. And he earns a throw.
Yeah, great running behind by Santos.
Well, there's Coach Kiefer, his 7th season. Talked about the 50th ACC win for Coach Muse. And Coach Kiefer is on the brink of 50 for NC State. And what a big win that would be if he could get it tonight against the 6th ranked team in the country. Yuta Toya. Blocked away by Ampansa. NC State looking for its first win against Wake Forest. Again, they've drawn twice in the last 3 years, but looking for their first win against the Deacs since 2005. Kojima dispossessing Kendall Edwards. And Plamana, another tackle.
Yeah, he's gave away a couple of fouls, but I'm not sure if that one was necessarily a foul. Sloppy here by Edwards. Good defending, but
uncharacteristic for Kendall Edwards. Remember, he hasn't played in the last 3 matches.
Yeah.
So trying to get back into form coming off injury.
Yeah, especially coming back into a game like this, but, you know, Edwards has got enough experience. Enough games behind him where that won't, coming into a game like this won't phase him.
Good step in by Yuta Toya. It comes right back to Escribano and the Deacs. Some space for Cummins on the right side. Taking on Lawson Abbas.
Yeah, Wake Forest just looked dangerous on both the left side and the right side. With Forbes down the left and Cummins down the right, both finding themselves in good positions, putting in good balls into the box.
A freshman, O'Gara, plays it back. Oh, immediately stepping in, Colin Thomas. NC State could not play out of the pressure that time.
And this is where Wake Forest can enjoy, you know, periods of spells in the game. You know, as soon as they give the ball away, yeah, they'll win it straight back.
Ripped! Oh, a beauty of a goal from Cooper Flax! His 2nd of the season, and that one was drilled.
Yeah, what a strike. We was in the perfect position to see that one.
Well, he scored against Boston College last time out, and he finds the top shelf here in the first half.
Yeah, great finishing. You can just see the movement that he gets on that ball.
They give the assist to Jelani Forbes, his 16th in his Wake Forest career. And he has been very creative on that left side, finds Flax, and he takes care of the rest.
Yeah, Flax, he just wanders all over the field, especially in that number 10 position. But when he gets on the edge of the box, he's always looking to, you know, get a shot off, and that one he just caught it so well.
Cooper Flax now in his sophomore season, all ACC freshman team last year, to no one's surprise. He was the top rated recruit to commit and attend college from the 2022 class. Ranked as high as number 23, the IMG Academy 150.
But that's where you see Wake Forest, you know, their depth, their talent, you know, their front three, their front four players, you know, always looking threatening. You see Forbes here on the left. Like, this is a dangerous position now for Wake Forest.
Forbes with his team high 4th assist of the season. Does he find a 5th here? The quality of the strike from Cooper Flax. You talk about the quality of talent from Wake Forest. Flax, part of the number 2 ranked recruiting class last season. And the year before that, in 2021, brought in the number 1 rated recruiting class. Big challenge there from Cisneros in the box. So you start to stack those kind of classes together. Now they're getting some experience as well. And this could be a big season for Wake Forest. You see ranked 6th in the country in the coaches poll, ranked as high as number 3 in the country by Top Drawer Soccer.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise, historically, Wake Forest, good team. But when you bring classes in back-to-back years like that, you know, it might take a couple of years, but you've seen it this year, you know, really connecting well with each other. Really growing together as a team.
You see a pretty balanced roster breakdown. Kojima attacking, left foot, Vos does not allow a rebound. Well, he goes right at Dylan Mitchner here, gets by him, but not the freshman goalkeeper.
Yeah, and that's the 16 for Wake Forest, Kojima. Again, he's just going forward, finding himself in that 10 position, getting on the half turn.
Jose Kojima named to the preseason ACC watch list. It was Kojima who had the game-winning goal in the win against Clemson towards the end of September on the 22nd. Neither team has made a substitution so far. There are a few Wake Forest players starting to loosen up a bit. Oh, Luke Hilly. I thought cleverly allowed that one to play on, and he was impeded, no whistle.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul there. I thought Hilly got touched.
And I say cleverly, right, because he's still in his half. There's nobody behind him, right? Just looking for a pressure release. And if he's able to run on that ball, like Colin Thomas is here. I think he could have done just that, relieve some pressure. Thomas with the work rate there to make it a deep throw in instead of a goal kick. And here come the subs. And quite a few of them. You see Jeffrey White in for Wake Forest, Junior Nare for NC State, along with Leo Guarino. And Jake Swallen is back and healthy. Looks like Scotty Taylor is next up. He's played in a Big Four rivalry plenty of times before, coming to NC State from Duke. You mentioned the intensity of this match. You could see players going to the bench certainly out of breath. It's been fiercely fought so far. And also we have maybe the warmest temperatures we're going to have the rest of the season. It was upper 70s when this match started. Yeah, Plamana is going to be carded here, and you can see there from Dimitar Chavdarov. Okay, it was 1, 2, 3. All of these challenges starting to accumulate.
Yeah. I don't think you can have any complaints here. You know, that foul might not necessarily be a yellow card, but it's again just accumulation. You know, that's his third of this half. But I've been so impressed with Wake Forest. You know, NC State really are pressing them, but they're just able to beat the press. You know, and it's just whether it's your first touch or just the pace of their passing. You know, NC State are really getting after them, you know, putting pressure on them, but they're just able to turn and just, you know, always keep the ball moving and just, again, just...
Low cross, and it's 2-0. Kajima on the end of it. Jelani Forbes creates again. We're going to say the goal to Kajima for now. I think it's possible it might have been an own goal.
You know,
trying to review and see if Kajima did get a touch to it or not. Obviously, he's forcing the issue, right?
Yeah.
And either way you split it, it's 2-0 Wake Forest. Take another look. Slowed down. Obviously, Kajima makes a great run. Does he get a touch? I'll give it to him.
Yeah, it looks like an own goal, but again, it's just Wake Forest looks so sharp, you know, especially Forbes down that left side, just finding himself in good positions, putting dangerous balls in like that, and then he's forcing, you know, mistakes from Mitchner. But you know, if Mitchner doesn't touch it, then is anyone else going to get any end of it? Not quite sure, but yeah, Wake Forest just moving it so well.
Baba Niang seeing his first minutes in this match for Wake Forest, wearing the number 8. Well, the goal to Kajima, his second. And that was the goal that Wake was lacking in their last couple of ACC matches.
Yeah, against...
Able to get that second goal and create just a little more comfort.
Yeah, against Boston College, they scored early and then you know, they was just always looking for that second one. Didn't quite get it, but, you know, 2 goals in this first half here against NC State. I think on the flip side, though, NC State, you know, because they're finding themselves in a position where they're 2 goals down, they might look to, you know, open up a little bit more, put a little bit more pressure on, and that just might open the game a little bit more for Wake Forest in their favour. You know, so I think 2-1 is a dangerous scoreline for both teams. You know, if NC State get a goal back, you know, the momentum shifts. But, you know, if you're NC State, you just got to be a little bit careful now.
They brought Drew Lovelace in. His touch there ends right at the feet of the Demon Deeks. Sidney Paris switching with Escribano, who's now moved to the right side. And it's Paris who plays on the left. Paris, who went head-to-head with Dylan Michener a couple of years ago when he was at Navy and Michener was at Army. They were Patriot League foes and now ACC foes. And an easy whistle here. As I mentioned, Escribano has moved over to the right side. And let's see, Santos will not see a card here, but a stern warning. And he's a little shaken up after that foul.
Yeah, clear foul, but regardless of the foul, you know, I think that's what Wake Forest have done so well this first half. Just when they receive the ball, just their first touch, you know, beating NC State's pressure and forcing, you know, fouls like that, or just, you know, forcing NC State backwards, pushing them back in their own half, which has been pretty consistent in this first half.
It's obviously difficult. Is that frustrating when you're playing in midfield and the quality of the passing is such that you're just chasing for stretches of time?
Yeah, it definitely can be frustrating, but there's sometimes where you just gotta be comfortable with it.
Okay.
With it, you know, especially with Will Butte, you know, his leader with Plemano in there as well. Just staying compact, tight together, and just avoiding Wake Forest breaking you down.
Good turn here. Guarino slides it along, and the shot is lacking. It was Jeffrey White with the attempt. White, the freshman from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and with the changes that Wake Forest have made, you know, nothing's really changed apart from the personnel. You know, they're still very talented, still creating opportunities, still finding themselves in good areas. NC State with a good spell of possession, and they'll get a set piece in a dangerous spot.
As Ampanza whistled for the foul. Nare back on his feet. He'll stay in. And you said set piece is going to be important for an NC State team trailing 2-0 here.
Yeah, dangerous area as well. Will be over the ball.
Safely into the hands of Trace Alford. The Raleigh native. Haven't called his name much tonight, but playing back in his hometown. He's been spoiled recently. He started every match. And he's got 4 shutouts under his belt, including, again, the last 2 ACC matches for Wake Forest. He only needed to make 1 save against Boston College. And he has not had to make a save so far tonight.
I don't know how you feel about that if you're a goalkeeper. Obviously, you know, that's your job. You're there to make saves, but you know, he won't complain if he's just got 1 save to make the whole game. But I think he's when he's called upon, he's there for Wake Forest. You know, he saved a penalty in the last few minutes against Maryland earlier on this season as well.
Advantage given, and Wake Forest attacking and looking for another. Jose Perez to Sidney Paris. Gets the back heel here from Swallen. Positive play from Irvin Cruz, the freshman who came on as a substitute. Garrison Tubbs breaks up that chance. Jeffrey White, right by Abbas, still moving with it. Still, before he's shouldered off by Kendall Edwards. And that's some of the veteran defending they've been missing. Yeah,
great defending by Edwards, but I think if you are Edwards, and I think he was there, a little bit frustrated with how easy was that to just break through NC State's left-hand side. And this is where you want NC State, you know, their 2 centre midfielders, Plamana and Will Butte, to just get a little bit of control on the game. You know, they've got a little bit of an overload in midfield with Wake Forest, you know, with their 9 and 10 pressing NC State's centre backs. One of them's always open, so you want, you know, those 2 especially to just, you know, get the ball, keep the ball for NC State, gain a little bit of control.
Here is Butte, middle of the park. And they lost it. Well, what a week 6 ACC Network football lineup we have for you. That starts tomorrow. Noon Eastern, Virginia looking for their first win, starting 0-5, hosting William and Mary. Then it's 3-1 Wake Forest in Death Valley to take on Dabo Sweeney and Clemson. The end of the day, Georgia Tech, undefeated, 17th ranked Miami coming off an open week. All 3 games are also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Yeah, big chance for Coach Clausen and Wake Forest. See if they can protect Mitch Griffiths a little better down in Death Valley. Meanwhile, NC State tomorrow at 2 o'clock will be hosting Marshall, an undefeated 4-0 Thundering Herd team that has already beaten Virginia Tech and East Carolina. So a packed Saturday of college football. Alfin able to play out an area of his game that he has improved in the last couple of seasons. Trying to beat different presses, able to beat NC State's press that time. Butte trying to make something positive happen, but Scotty Taylor could not connect the return pass, and Wake Forest right back to business. It's Jeffrey White again, who had that breathtaking run just a couple minutes ago. Couldn't get on the same page with Guarino. Again, it's an NC State team that has been almost unbeatable here at home. But when you're playing a top 15 team, be it Notre Dame or Wake Forest, obviously the degree of difficulty goes up a bit. Nare tripped up by Jose Perez. Couple of NC State subs ready to come on. As Abbas and Plamana are out, Caden Tolentino and Gabby Velez enter. Tolentino just came into the match, loses it.
There is 1 minute remaining in the half. 1 minute.
So we go under 60 seconds to play. See if either team has a goal in them. Baba Niang trying to run this one down. Well struck by Tubbs. Yang working on Cisneros. Lost his footing. He'll take the corner.
Again, just great ball in behind by Tubbs. Just so, regardless who's on the wing, who's playing, it made changes. It just looks so dangerous when they go into those positions.
Wake Forest wants this to be the last chance of the first half. Swollen back to Niang. Dangerous ball.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So at the end of the first 45, it's Wake Forest 2, NC State 0. This is a Demon Deacons team that's had a bunch of possession in the playmaker on that left side. His 17th career assist. Underway in the second half. We'll see what adjustments both teams have made at halftime. I know we were talking just really before that great hit from Cooper Flax. You were impressed with NC State's first 20 minutes or so of play. How do they get back to that?
You know, it's going to be tough, but, you know, if you're NC State, you just want to start this half, you know, very bright first 5-10 minutes. Try and see if you can get an early goal at the start of this half. But yeah, they've just got to keep the pressure on Wake Forest, flip the script a little bit, keep the ball in Wake Forest's half rather than all the possession being in Wake Forest half, in NC State's half, sorry.
Alfin has to put his left boot to it. Tolentino earns the start in the second half for NC State. Came on as a late substitute in the first 45. And he's first on the ball.
Yeah, and if you are Coach Kiefer, you're hoping, a couple of changes to personnel might help NC State get into the game a little bit.
Positive signs from Junior Nare here. Connecting with Hilly into the box. The leading scorer for NC State. Header on target from Santos. And there is the first save of the night from Trace Alfin. So positive signs early in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what they'll want to continue.
Kendall Edwards directing Vos to come get it. He does.
And that chance NC State just created then in the first, 2-3 minutes of this half was more than they created in the first half.
Ball in behind. Colin Thomas across the face of goal. Nearly a third for the Deacs. Kendall Edwards, welcome back.
Yeah, great defending.
He got that right.
Yeah, great defending. And he had to make that tackle, make that interception, and it's tough. That could have easily went into the back of his own net, so...
Yeah, not a lot of margin for error right there.
Yeah, great defending.
If he doesn't play it, Rold Mitchell is in for his 8th goal of the season. And if you do play it, about 90% of where you can put it is the back of your own net. That was impressive. Mitchner first on it. Butte sends it well away.
And we talked about changing some of the personnel for NC State. That early opportunity in this half came from Junior Nare starting the second half. So here's one guy you'll be hoping if you are Coach Keefe, if you are NC State, you're looking for, you like Nare, Santos, those creative players who, create some opportunities for NC State and get control of possession.
Yeah, Nare was in great form in the beginning of September. Scored 3 goals and an assist as well, but has not scored since the 12th of September against Howard. And a giveaway. Right back, Udatoya. The effort from Escribano to get back against Hilly.
And we talk about the defending for NC State, but the defending from Wake Forest there, Luke Hilly was you know, in a good space, but it was so fast. And it's so good to see how quickly Wake Forest just got back behind the ball and forced NC State to go backwards. You know, not only are they so good going forward, but the way they defend as well, they're so aggressive and so intent with it.
Good tackle from Santos. Escobrano gets his foot in a couple of times. And there's that defending again. Santos, Yuta Toya, shot is blocked. Garrison Tubbs covering that one. Forbes staying strong on the ball. Breaks the pressure. The freshman O'Gara. Flax, the goal scorer. Headed away by Edwards. Certainly a better start for NC State so far, but Wake Forest not without its chances as well. Well, it's obviously a rivalry, right? An old one in the ACC, NC State against Wake Forest, but the two head coaches, it is a friendly, almost a brotherly rivalry. The two go way back. It was Coach Kiefer, who's a few years older. He actually hosted Coach Muse when he visited Southern Connecticut State. They won the D2 National Championship in 1995. Coach Muse joking, saying, you know, I went ahead and went there anyways, even though he wasn't the best host. But he says that jokingly as the two are great friends and talk multiple times per week. And it's kind of cool how those connections you make in college and you never know where you'll end up, and here they are, both ACC head coaches.
Yeah, that's a special relationship, but you know, I bet if you ask either of them tonight if they care about their friendship, I'm sure they'll say no. So no, both of them will just be looking to compete and get that win tonight and putting their relationship to the side.
Well, Coach Muse saying, yeah, they're like brothers. They love each other, but sometimes they hate each other too.
Yeah.
And I think on game day for sure, if you have brothers, you know how badly you want to be competitive and beat them at anything and everything. They were even roommates when they were at UConn. Kojima, well, a good thought. You could see the run being made. Tolentino, play continues as he's pulled down. This is Flax.
You know, and this is a point in the game where NC State, Wake Forest were just looking, they'll just look to control the game. You know, you've seen Cooper Flax get on the ball a lot. You've seen Kojima just getting on the ball and playing forward. Those two, especially for Wake Forest, just getting on the ball, moving it, getting it again, just really controlling the game.
A Wake Forest team playing their third straight away match. Got to win at Campbell 3-1, able to win up at Boston College. And if this scoreline holds, they could finish that road swing 3-0-0, which would be massive because you look at what they've got coming up next, and they get a 4-match homestand. Forbes has created both goals so far. Wake Forest so dangerous. This is Cummins, the defender. O'Gara with the dangerous ball, nobody there. Forbes does track it down to keep it in and keep the pressure on. It looked like Flax was going to have a go for goal and maybe a heavy touch thwarted that effort. O'Gara will try one, and that low screamer snared by Vost.
Yep, just showing the confidence Wake Forest have got. Attempting to have an effort, what, 30, 35 yards out. But that earlier chance with Cooper Flax, you know, I thought he was going to take it on his right foot, but he decided to cut back in on his left.
Well, he already has a goal on the right.
Yeah, yeah.
Just looking for some variety there. Mitchell with a right-footed chance, just wide.
We haven't spoken about Mitchell tonight, but you know, he's just so dangerous, and you see then he can come alive at any moment.
That ball on the Wake Forest bench, you know, we talk about the connection between these two coaches. It goes deeper than that. That's former NC State star forward Ade Taiwo, who is in his first year as a full-time assistant on Coach Muse's staff. Scored 7 goals in his time here at NC State. You played with Ade for a couple years as well.
Yeah, Ade, good friend of mine. You know, it's a special night for him as well. You know, he's from Raleigh, local to NC State, so I think he's got the most amount of fans here tonight with a lot of his family and friends here. And you know, he was a club coach as well, so a lot of his former players are out here watching him, and you know, they'll be waiting around for him after the game.
Volunteer assistant last year, now full-time with Wake Forest, embarking on his coaching journey, and I think in a good spot.
Yeah.
Stay in his home state and be able to learn from Coach Muse.
Yeah, and this is his first college coaching job, so it's not a bad place to start.
Flax with the outside of the boot, and Velez able to break that up. But yeah, great homecoming for him. back at the Dale Soccer Stadium tonight. Coach Muse telling us Ade has a bright future in the coaching world, has a great relationship with the players, very relatable. Obviously just finished his playing career just a few years ago, and played in this league, right? So he knows what it takes to win and to score goals at this level.
I'm sure he still tries to join in some training sessions. I don't know how he looks nowadays, but
what about you? You think you still got it? You go out there in training session?
yeah, I think I'd still be able to play in the training sessions. I don't know. I'm not sure how long I'd last, but you know, maybe not a sort of cameo appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendall Edwards trying to go for a quick change here. All right, we got the scissors. NC State trainer Adam Wesche on the spot.
Yeah, Adam Wesche been very busy this season with the amount of injuries NC State have had. Let's talk about, we've seen Edwards now. You know, this is his first game back after a few games being out injured.
Yeah, some people like to be busy in their jobs. I know I do, but the trainers do not want to be busy. Not too busy.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see as this NC State team, again, continues to get healthier, right? A week of rest. Coach Kiefer saying entering this week, he felt like kind of less is more. Just allow the players to rest, not just physically, but mentally as well. The grind of the season. This is match number 12 tonight for NC State. Just try to give them a little bit of a break. Obviously, you get some training in preparation for a big match, but just try to rest both mind and body. And if you saw the feature during halftime, it is Mental Health Awareness Week being celebrated here at NC State. Some student athletes spray painting the free expression tunnel and talking about learning and spreading awareness of mental health. And part of that is kind of taking some rest when you get an opportunity. Callum Tommy. And Ampansa is there first on it.
It's been a good start. It's been a good start to the second half for NC State, though. You know, just again in Wake Forest's half, just looking a lot more creative, comfortable in possession, enjoying spells of possession on their own. You know, the longer the game goes on, they'll be looking to get a goal and see if they can get back into this game. But yeah, for NC State, you've just got to keep the pressure on, keep trying to play, keep trying to create chances.
Still a lot of time left in this one. Just under half an hour. Tomorrow afternoon at 11 a.m. Eastern, the ACC Huddle Crew will kick off the day at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami with a 90-minute pregame show leading into Virginia hosting William and Mary at noon. They'll also have halftime shows and pre- and post-game shows throughout the day. Then at 6:30, they're back to wrap up the afternoon with highlights and analysis and get you set for Georgia Tech and Miami at 8. After the game, the crew will be back to completely wrap up the day with interviews from players and coaches. Niang with some space, slid across to Cummins. Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, the site of some really good football being played. At the college level, you got unbeaten Miami and the Dolphins. As Niang might have a go for goal here. He will. Shot is blocked. Cummins now. Right in front. I was going to say the Dolphins have maybe been the most exciting offense in the NFL. The Wake Forest offense has been exciting tonight and relentless.
Yeah, and that touch from Cummins there, great touch. Puts the ball into dangerous position. Good defending from NC State.
And guess who? Edwards there first. It was Cisneros along the back.
I think that was just a matter of who touched the ball first.
And Ponce is in there, so is Tubbs. So is the 6'3" O'Gara. It's Hilly who gets the header to it. Niang. He'll try with the left foot and again stuffed. Niang, who was injured the day after the pit match. But they are at full strength now and happy to have him and others back. It's been a Wake Forest team that after that head-scratching 3-0 loss at Pitt, they've been a different team, unbeaten in their last 6, looking to make it 7. Niang, that one gets through, spilled by Vost. He's onto it.
Yeah, and they're just lining up to see who can take a shot from distance. You see Niang having a shot there. He's tried a couple. O'Gara's had a couple of shots in from the edge of the box as well. So they're not afraid to get a shot off. And that's where the first goal came from of this game with Cooper Flex.
Baba Niang, third-team All-ACC last season. He scored 4 goals, had a couple of assists to go with it. So a double-digit scoring performance in that his sophomore season. Nare is tripped up. No whistle on Chase Oliver. Clean tackle. Winning possession again for Wake Forest. Oliver skims it over the crossbar.
It's too easy for Wake Forest to just put crosses into the box and even have some shots from distance. You know, you see Ben Vost there trying to just get his defenders to defend a little bit better, just asking a little bit more from his back four.
Chance slid too far past the far post by Julian Kennedy.
Again, they're just knocking on the door for that third goal.
Kennedy had an assist against NC State last year, that close to scoring against the Pack. Would have been his second goal in a week. He scored down in Bowie's Creek against the Camels. As you see the graphic, there is Oliver playing on that right wing, replacing Thomas, who's had a good match. Well, you know, Wake Forest won the 2007 national championship on the field, but last year they won the Helper Community Service National Championship, the most community service hours in D1 men's soccer. It is a big part of this program under Coach Muse. And you see building community in Winston-Salem. Got a chance to ask him about that national championship and just what it means to his program. And he said, you know, it's a small community in Winston-Salem. And, you know, they regularly get a couple thousand in attendance plus. And a lot of that is the community. Wake Forest is the smallest enrollment of any of the Power 5 programs. So a lot of that support, while it does come from the students, a lot of it is the community of Winston-Salem. He said, you know, as much as Winston-Salem gives them, they feel like they want to and need to give back. And it's just something that has really caught on with his program over the years. And the more and more guys get involved, the more they feel like it's not really them that's giving back. They become even more connected with the community. Kajima connecting there momentarily. NC State some last-ditch defending by Cisneros to break it up, intended for Niang.
Yeah, and that's special when you have that relationship with the community and you give so much back to the community. But yeah, you mentioned the home games. If you've ever been to a Wake Forest men's soccer game or even women's soccer game, they're always filling up the stands behind the goal as well. But even tonight, there's a good crowd supporting Wake Forest here, traveling, making the drive down from Winston-Salem to Raleigh to watch this team play.
Header to the top of the netting. That's part of what makes it so fun in this area. You've got the big four schools, Wake Forest, NC State, Duke, and North Carolina. And regardless of the sport, indoor, outdoor, there's going to be some fans, some visiting fans, and they're going to be loud.
Yeah, and that's why it makes these games, nights like this, so special. Just playing in games like this, when you've got, you know, that atmosphere, you got home fans, you got away fans, you got fans supporting both teams. It just makes these games so enjoyable to play in.
You talk about the community, right?
Yeah.
And in this community of North Carolina, you've got friends, family, co-workers that attend these different great universities. And there's some bragging rights on the line.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think the Wake Forest fans here tonight, they'll be definitely happy with this performance.
Well, it's been a great day for Wake Forest, right? I mean, earlier today, they get a shout out from J. Cole on the new Drake album. And then today, up 2-0.
I didn't know that. I'm going to have a listen to some Drake after the game.
Of course, Fayetteville's own J. Cole. Shouting out the Demon Deacons. Safely into the hands of Trace Alpha. Yeah, that was a big moment. I saw Wake Forest Twitter was happy about that.
I'm sure you would be.
Kirshner breaks it up. Clamana upended by Niang, and the foul will go against him. Better second half for NC State. Looking to get a goal that would really change the feel of this match. Of course, wouldn't change the result as of yet. Just trying to put some game pressure on a Wake Forest team that, again, is looking for their third consecutive shutout in ACC play. A Wake team that is just getting better and better at having that imposing press. Coach Muse felt like they did it for some long stretches against Syracuse in that 1-1 draw against the defending champs. And outside of that draw against Syracuse, it has been all wins in their last 6. Sidney Paris thought he was fouled, not the case. Good move by Irvin Cruz. Got past Paris, got past Ampanza, but unfortunately nobody at that back post. Both teams making substitutions. Yuta Toya back in, the number 10, replacing number 10. And Oscar Sears spells Baba Niang. First time that we've seen Sears tonight. First time he's played in an ACC match this season. Chance. They get back on it. Kennedy, no, it is Sears. And his first touch is a shot. Welcome to the match. And he might want that one back.
Yeah, should do better there. No, I think that was his first touch, yeah.
Yeah, first touch. That's tough.
Yeah. But if he gets that chance back again, he'll want to have done better with that one.
Certainly a player with goal-scoring capability. He's got 7 in his career for Wake Forest. (2-0) Wake Forest. This is how we got to this scoreline, and a lot of credit to Jelani Forbes. Cooper Flax takes care of the rest. Forbes again, second assist. And nothing that NC State keeper Ben Bose could do with really either of those chances.
Yeah, especially the first one. This was a great hit, great strike from Flax.
It is Kennedy, chipped along, 3-0 Wake Forest. His second goal of the season, his second goal in a week and a half.
Yeah, great finish, just a little chip over Ben Vost. Great movement as well from Kennedy, just peeling off, creating a little bit of space for himself.
The assist to Vlad Wallant. (3-0) Wake Forest, and surely on this road swing now, they have to feel like they will be 3-0. Yeah, under Coach Muse, if they score 3 goals, speaks to the quality of the defending.
Yeah, and I mean, scoring 3 goals 5 times this season, that's really impressive.
This is a Wake Forest team. They've been so good in the ACC. I mentioned earlier, it's been a while since NC State had beaten them. That's not just only on NC State. Wake Forest 17-3-3 in the Big Four matchups against NC State and Duke and North Carolina.
And in fairness to NC State, they played a little bit better the second half, you know, had more spells of the ball, but, you know, it didn't really create too much. But anytime Wake Forest have looked forward, ran forward, gotten forward, they just look so dangerous. They could have scored at any minute, anytime they was going forward. They just look so good, especially in NC State's half of the field.
The assist by Vlad Wallant, his 3rd of the season. Another All-ACC freshman team member from last year. Hey, you made a comment earlier on the depth, and that is a lot of times what can separate a good ACC team like NC State versus maybe a top 10 team is just that depth, especially for a shorthanded NC State team. And you made the comment, you know, Wake Forest, and we've seen that especially in the second half, when they bring on the substitutes, the level doesn't really drop.
No, they've played the exact same. You know, regardless of the changes they made, they've always looked dangerous. You know, any individual that they've brought on as a sub, they've performed, they've played really well.
Again, these teams hadn't played in a week, got a little bit of rest time. It's the typical turnaround coming up next, both in action at home on Tuesday. Wake Forest hosting Wofford at 7 o'clock, NC State against American University, also at 7 o'clock. Kennedy scored just a moment ago, wants another from distance, and that one never troubled Ben Vost. Did take a deflection, however. Just an unmarked man, and you can see Enrique Santos kind of asking his teammates, who was it? Whose responsibility was Julian Kennedy? Corner from the other flag. Edwards first there. Camilo Ponce seeing his first minutes in this one. See Alec Kennison as well, making his first appearance in nearly a month. Haley the foul. Well, he scored in every ACC match so far, but that streak will come to an end unless he can find a little magic in the last 5 minutes and change. And he really hasn't had much service tonight.
Yeah, they haven't really created too much going forward, NC State. You know, Luke's been feeding off some scraps up top, but it's just one of those games. Now you just gotta put behind you and just look to the next one.
And again, it can be really tough physically, but that is the benefit. Another match coming up on Tuesday for both of these teams. Kennedy. Oh, to the back post. He had Chase Oliver. He had a few options there. Game opening up a bit here late. And the pass found the seam. Oliver just stopping his run momentarily and not quite on the same page. And in goal for Wake Forest now, Devin Armstrong. Seeing action in his second match. Alfin had played all but 5 minutes this season, and looks like it'll be 5 minutes more for Armstrong. This is Kennison, the sophomore from sunny San Diego. This is Paris. One of the more complete performances on the season for Wake Forest, and one of the toughest places, Coach Muse says, to get points in the ACC here at the Dale Soccer Stadium. Kennison. Well, hey, he hasn't played a ton this year. If it falls to you right there, might as well have your best go.
Saw the headlines. Yeah,
and a bit of a smile after.
Yeah, you just gotta laugh that one off.
Hey, hit it as hard as you can and hope it's on target, right? Not that time.
But again, even with a few minutes left, Wake Forest just looking for another goal. You know, if you're NC State, you just got to, the most you can do is just finish this game out strong. You know, don't give up another goal.
Well, yeah, you put some substitutes in, and they're going to be hungry.
Yeah.
Well, as we go under 1 minute to play, no team in the NCAA has won more matches than Wake Forest in the last 9 seasons. And tonight will be their 137th win during that stretch. This is Callum Tommy. And he overhit it. A good chance for NC State in the final seconds. And the clock hits 0. And these two good friends will shake hands. Wake Forest, the victors tonight, 3-0, the final score. The Demon Deacons are